Oh my goodness, it's literally...
I'm guessing 22.
He has no idea. I'm going with 30% body fat. Wow. It's not fitting on the cow. Coach Greg, and I'm here with the world's strongest man, Mitchell Cooper, and we're gonna see, does he have the world's strongest grip? The strongest man I've ever tested on this device, he hit 84. That's the most I've ever seen. He was an arm wrestling champion, strong guy. Best I've ever done is about 71. We're gonna see, where does he fall on the scale? And so he's getting all chucked up. Remember, grip is paramount. This is guy, the world's strongest man. He knows exactly what he's doing. Chalk up, having a big grip. He's done this in the deadlift. Think of it, this guy can deadlift about 1,000 pounds. He's gotta have a strong grip. Is he in fact gonna break that 84? Over 20 years, 84 is the mark. And, oh my goodness, it's literally 84. It's exactly 84. We didn't plan this, we didn't call this. That's 84.0. This is my cookbook in about 50 years.
You said 20, how long have you been doing this?
20 plus years. I bought this in my early 20s as a physical education teacher to like test the kids' strength and different people, and I've been testing, I've been traveling around giving it to everyone. And so you just tied the all-time best lift that I've ever seen.
I'm satisfied.
It's nice.
I'm satisfied.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Are you great at arm wrestling?
I would never arm wrestle.
Because people get hurt, broken.
Snap the humerus.
Oh yeah.
I can't do it.
Ian Valère, do you know who that is? An IFBB pro bodybuilder?
Yes.
Well, he was arm wrestling. He had broken his arm. He has a huge scar in the back, but he still went on to be a really good pro. But arm wrestling scares me.
Yeah, it terrifies me.
You trained your entire life. You did marathon, men's physique, world's strongest man, and all that for this very moment. Do you know what we're doing?
Measuring body fat.
Measuring body fat. And so what do you think your body fat percentage, what is it going to be?
I'm guessing 22.
And what do you think I'm going to say?
I have no idea, man.
He has no idea. I'm going with 30% body fat.
Wow, okay.
Slightly lower than Eddie Hall. We're going to see how close he is. The guy's 6'2", 315 pounds. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
He hasn't hurt me yet, and I said he was 30%, so I'm feeling pretty good. I was ready to run, and he is a marathon runner, so I didn't know if he could catch me.
We have the fundamental understanding that you're leaner than I am, and I'm capable of way more than you.
Oh, this guy,
That's it.
I'm leaning in near, but I am ready to run. All right, let's see how he does. Let us start with something simple, the biceps. And so those of you wondering, this is how you test body fat. We're going halfway from the elbow joint to the shoulder. In the center, pinch the fat layer. This is the body fat on the top. Subcutaneous, and measure it out. And we're at 7 millimeters. Next up, the tricep, turn to the rear. Again, halfway from the elbow to the shoulder, right in the center. Relax as much as you can. So much muscle, it's hard to get a good pinch. Calipers on. And 13. And we're doing the subscapula, so there's a bone in the back of his body I'm trying to pinch. This guy's a kinesiologist, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. Pinching at 45 degrees. Okay, let's keep the shoulder there. 53. And we have everyone's least favorite love handles on the side.
They're there for you, Greg. They're
Arm
there
up.
for you to love.
Super iliac crest. So I'm measuring straight down from the armpit. My hand's right on the bone up here. Getting a nice pinch on the side.
Greg, be gentle.
It's not fitting on the cap, I'm just kidding. 43. All right. So
And that's it.
that's the whole test.
Okay, the bullshit of this test is that my legs are much leaner than my torso.
Let's see. And he's 100% correct. Everyone's body fat is distributed differently. So most men, for example, will carry more fat in their stomachs and women more in their hips. So this is an estimate. So this is not an exact measurement of body fat.
I would love what would your assessment be of a acceptable body fat for a strength athlete if you're going for capability?
I think for everyone it would be different, but I would say probably almost the higher the better to an extent, as long as your cardio is still there. Personally, I think that probably 30+% is probably ideal.
Really?
I don't think that you would be strong enough at, like for the average guy, 15% body fat. I don't think that would be healthy to compete at that level. I don't think you would be as strong. Mass moves mass in general. For example, being a 6'2", 315, we were speaking earlier, that's slightly small for a strongman athlete, which makes it even more impressive that you can win, because pulling events, pulling in a car, if you don't weigh 400, you're at a significant disadvantage. So I would say probably 30%, and clearly you won, and won by so much, it's obviously working. So I want you to stay where you're at. Don't, whatever this percent may be, don't think, oh, I got to drop my body fat percentage, because, I mean, in comparison, you're actually quite lean compared to most guys. So 116, and it is 29, so we take 29.5% body fat on my chart. So
that's a pretty good guess.
It's a pretty good guess based on
accepting that if we included lower half, it would be lower.
And I 100% agree. A better test than this would be hydrostatic. Do you agree with that? Hydrostatic underwater weighing?
Hydrostatic or DEXA? Yeah.
DEXA, my experience is I've seen very inaccurate readings, but I mean, it might be okay.
Yeah.
Some guys, I don't know if you saw, Brian Shaw went to do a DEXA scan and he couldn't fit in the machine.
Like a horse.
So his arms were literally out of the machine. I'm like, how can it be an accurate assessment? And what happened is he actually went on a diet and lost.
Last time it measured me at 328 pounds of lean mass. This time I was 302, which is a loss of 26 pounds. Interesting. I
was like, no, you didn't. It's just a DEXA scan at inaccurate readings. But that is one problem. I do body fat assessments of people all the time, and they send me a photo of themselves with their shirt off from the front, and they say, what's my body fat? And I'm like, well, you showed me 1/4 of your body. I'd need to see your back and your legs. And so if you just look at your upper body and say, this is your percent, and you see your legs, you're going to immediately go lower. And to the opposite extent, some guys with a very lean upper body, Will Tennyson that you met, his back is ripped. But if you look at his legs, your legs are leaner than his. And so it kind of skews it. And so we just calculated his overall lean body mass. And so if I ripped off every pound of fat on his body, he would be 222 pounds with 0% body fat. And so likely shredded to the bone, 5%, you'd probably weigh in the low 230s on stage. 6'2", 230 something pounds, perhaps an IB pro bodybuilder. Do you think you could beat Eddie Hall?
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely. 100% he could beat Eddie Hall. Eddie Hall, if you're watching this, you're a sumo wrestler. You're not a bodybuilder. Sumo wrestling.
Do you know, it's crazy how my lean body mass would be lower than a lot of top IFBB bodybuilders, but my strength is well in excess.
Oh yeah, like your strength doesn't even make sense. When I watch, I tell everyone, when I watch you get under the bar for that, and I'm like, you probably do some front squats, and then it's just reps with like, I don't know how you can lift that much weight over your head. Like
neither do I.
Like, if you trained for Olympic lifting, would you be in the Olympics? Like, would you, like the clean and jerk, would you just outlift these guys like in a year?
It's worth trying. Eh?
I mean, it's just,
I don't know.
I don't understand
if
how
I had
you
the
can lift that
mobility.
much.
But no, I mean, I'm in equal confusion, because if you look at all of the actual like attributes, you look at me compared to the other guys, and I'm like, I'm ready to wake up from this whole dream tomorrow. It feels ridiculous.